Howdy folks, in this video I'm going to show you how to install the Uniform server on Windows 8. Alright, we have open in our browser uniformserver.com, which is where we can get the file, and I'm going to go ahead right now and click on Download Now for Windows. Okay, now at the top of the page here where it says looking for the latest version, we can click on the latest version. Okay, and you'll see in the upper left here your download will start in so many seconds. Okay, if it doesn't, you can click on the direct link, but here we do have the download asking. So we'll go ahead and click, my case, I'm going to say save as, and I'm going to make sure it goes on the desktop where I can easily find it, and click on save. Now we just wait for the file to come in. Now what the Uniform server is amazingly useful for is developing websites locally on your computer. It comes with a built-in Apache web server with PHP and MySQL functionality. A great place to put in a WordPress installation if you want to play with WordPress and develop ideas and templates, etc. Download is now complete, so I can go ahead and close my browser. And here's our installation file. So that's a self-executing 7-zip file if you don't recognize the icon, but regardless, let's go ahead and double click on that, and we'll go ahead and take the default extract to desktop. Otherwise, you can click here and browse for a location with the little 3 dots on the right, but I'll go ahead and click on extract, and you can see on the left here that a new folder has been created and is now being filled up with the Uniserver files. Okay, so now that we have our folder, we can double click on that, and inside there you'll see the unicontroller.exe file. Okay, so we go ahead and double click on that. Now on my system I'm getting a warning here. The following ports are in use by another application. In order to start the servers, these ports must be free. Okay, my Apache SSL port, which defaults to 443, isn't available. So I'm going to click OK. Now it's asking for a root password. I'll do an extremely insecure installation with the password, and we'll click on OK. Now you get your confirmation, but what else happens here is you don't see that it's running, but it actually is down here in your system tray. Now if you like to see this icon at all times, you can click on Customize, okay, and scroll down to it in your list here, and instead of only show notifications, we can choose show icon and notifications and click OK, and then you'll always be able to see if the unicontroller is running. So let's go ahead and click on that, and remembering the warning I had about ports, I'm going to go into Apache and say change Apache ports, and it was the SSL port, that 443. Let's just try 444. Click OK. That seems all right. No complaints from the program. All right. So there's a few things, of course, that you want to be aware of. One is that you can just go ahead and click on Start Apache and Start MySQL to get the web server running. Actually, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to close this off, okay, and we see that it's not running, right? And instead of just simply double clicking on it, I'm going to right click and say Run as Administrator, and then you get this escalation prompt, right? So we go ahead and say yes to that. All right, and if we go back in, we can do a little bit of extra coolness, which is I can go down into PC Win Startup, okay, and I can select to run the Apache server and MySQL server at startup. So you want to check all 3 boxes. If you don't run as administrator on many or most systems at the Windows 8 level, you'll get an error. Okay, so that's cool. We won't have to actually jump in and run uh, the server components or turn them on each time we start our computer. We don't have to remember to do that. It'll happen on its own. But right now, because we haven't just been restarting and we want to do it manually, we're going to go ahead and click on Start Apache. And here the firewall is prompting, do you want to let uh, this application through? Would say allow access. If you have had earlier prompts about that, hopefully you've said allow access for those. Okay, and intranet settings are turned off by default. I'm going to go ahead and turn those on. If you get that warning in Internet Explorer, go ahead and do so yourself. Okay, and you see that the browser opens, and we've got three tabs up here. Uh, One is this little reference page here. The other one is your localhost index file. Okay, and the third one is a splash file uh, for a deeper folder there. Okay, so um, now that's probably just the same prompt in another tab. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just close that window. We can close that folder. Here's our little config utility. Now, if you're just at this level and you want to view your root web page, you can click on View www. Okay, and then it gives you uh, those two pages again. Okay, and other things to be aware of, if you have PHP development going on, and or actually any kind of development going on, and you're getting errors, you can go to Apache, go down to Apache logs and view the Apache error log. Okay, if you click on that, it'll pull up all the recent errors, and if it's been running long enough, the not so recent errors. Okay, critical if you're trying to figure something out. And essentially, you can jump in here, and here, for example, you can view PHP info. All right, so this will tell you a whole lot about your PHP installation. But that's the core installation of the Uniserver. And if you go into the folder, it's within here, the www folder, that you place and develop your website. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe.